Welcome back. It is Karandrin. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Cracked Palantir. I will be your host and game master for the night for this episode 55 of Brise's Tale. And as always, my good buddy Max is here to play the Paladin Brise, young and beautiful. Max, say hello to the lovely people who are also young and beautiful.
Okay. We don't know that. I think we do. We know a lot of our viewers. That's okay. Hey, everybody. Glad you could make it out tonight if you're watching tonight. Hope you're all having a wonderful COVID-free evening.
That's right. We dodged the illness. A little logistical delay, but otherwise, we both did not get sick. It was just others close to us. So
Very close to us.
that's right. So yeah. So last time, yeah, you guys may remember that we had. We've had obviously a murder in the castle, and now we have now the castle is in lockdown. Brise is sort of halfway a suspect. Everybody's sort of a suspect. No one's being allowed to enter out. We also know that last time that Brise asked to speak with Lady Mia Grawl to basically lay her case on the line and say, look, this isn't the people you think it is who killed the wizard Adabir, and Fraldrum, who is the court magician. Her position should be maintained, and she shouldn't be fired basically or imprisoned. That all of this is the death of this visiting wizard Adabir was the work of a dark force, and the reason that we can't tell you more, my lady, is to protect you. All of which is true. All of which is true.
I like how you summed that up in about, less than a minute when it probably took like 30 minutes to role play.
At least, yeah. It was. I think it was a solid hour of that conversation.
Yeah.
So,
it was good. It was good. I thought it was good fun. So,
we know that one of the big suspicions that Mia Grawl has is that two other visiting wizards, Plesh and Falramar, because Adabir had just accused them of being traitors, and then Adabir winds up dead, the suspicion naturally falls to these two wizards. Again, that's a point that Brise tried to make with Lady Mia Grawl, saying, hey, that is not the case. I know you have only my word to base that on, but it's not the case. They had nothing to do with it. I guess the two last remaining points is that Lady Mia Grawl said, well, you have those wizards present themselves to me, come before my gates, and I will consider their case. But the other part is that a seer working for Lady Mia Grawl came to you, Brise, in private, and said, Falramar in particular is key to
avoiding armed conflict.
Armed conflict in this region. I'm trying to find her name.
That was that's a good.
Gania, is that who it is?
Yeah, Anya, something like that.
Let me see if this is her.
Wait, Wenia.
Wenia, that's it. Wenia. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, female gray elf, right? Who seers in Rollmaster have the ability to see someone into the future, and with some reliability, and so that was the warning she got. That's the warning that Brise got from the court seer. Um, and so now the question is how to contact Faramar, given that she has um, Faramar herself has run, understandably, after being falsely accused. And she's a powerful wizard and has the run of the place, so to speak, at least the nation she does. How do you track down someone that powerful? So prior to the stream, and
By
not
calling
just
her name really loudly.
that's it. That's exactly what I just watched How I Met Your Mother, where that's actually what I'm going to call Marshall, and she stuck her head out the window and started yelling Marshall. Um, so, um, so how to get Faramar here, we don't know. But it's what's being demanded to try to clear the air. Um, the meeting went well, but it still leaves the question of how to get Faramar here. So, I thought there was one other point I was going to make, but I can't. Oh, that's what it was. And that is just prior to the stream. And I mean, just prior. We did roll through some of her day waiting to hear back from various people, through Brise's day waiting to hear from various people. And Fraudrum comes to Brise. That's what we've rolled to the middle part of this day, to come and speak to Brise. And so I'll put Fraudrum up. So we will begin our session with a knock on the door and the guard opening it. And the guard says to you in Goblin, Mistress Fraudrum is here to see you.
Wonderful.
And so this dark dwarf woman comes in. She is looking tired.
Okay.
So
if she doesn't have anything to say, I'll start off the conversation with I had an audience with the lady this morning.
I heard.
Yeah, I hope it was in your favor. I intended it to be.
Well, she was certainly impressed by you, but you're awfully young to be sticking your nose in this sort of business.
Yes.
I am trying to protect you. She's clearly a little irked.
Yeah,
but she clearly. Why don't you roll? Actually,
yeah. What does she think of that? 86.
Clearly, is trying to hide her admiration for your.
Right. Okay.
But she tells you, you can't take risks like that. You have to be much more conservative in your decision making. You can't be young and brash and just leap into these situations. She could have imprisoned you just because a sense of impertinence.
Don't be brash. That's my name. Sorry, I mean Brise.
Don't be brash.
I do. Yeah, I apologize for being brash, but it felt like the right thing to do.
She says, I came to tell you, aside from, coming to speak with you at your request, so long as things turn out well, I am to keep my position, but my position is certainly on the line. More importantly, though, you are to be released so long as you leave your weapons here.
Oh, interesting.
I am also to ensure that I can find you. Should you not return in 7 days with Falramar.
Okay.
Obviously, it would be better if you return yourself, even without Falramar. I'll need to get
7 days in Karandrin, that's about like 3 months.
it can't be
This
something.
is like a new arc.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, 7 days. Wonder if I can.
She says, I've no idea how you're going to find.
Frankly, I don't know either.
Um,
Yes, I mean, yeah, I mean, I just my idea is to follow what leads I can and pray to the gods that maybe they even find me. If I leave word for them somewhere.
well, my intention is to speed our search. I will leave word with the Eagles.
Okay.
Korakyle and his tribe seem willing to help us so long as they don't feel that it's a trap.
Right.
This is a position that one of my apprentices has been pushing for a while. That we speak with the Eagles. The problem is, of course, that I can't tell. I can't tell the lady where we get this information if the Eagles
Yeah.
cooperate.
Fair enough.
Um, and you want to ask about Aldrif?
So I'm going to ask. So to leave all my weapons, the intent of that being that I'm not going. I guess that means that ensures I'm coming back, right? Because I'm leaving all my valuables here.
Yes.
So, and I kind of hint. I want to hint at Fraldrum that if I'm to, not leave. Basically, I have a lot of weapons, so it would make sense to keep some of them in my bag of holding, right? How do I? What would
What
be
do you?
would be a way to word that? It's like all my weapons,
Well, would you? I mean, the thing is, if you've got money,
I mean, I do. I could buy some more.
right, you can just pick up a decent spear and pick up a decent bola.
Might as well be honest and leave everything here.
For sure.
Okay.
Um, and you always have your magic, and you're really not looking for a fight right now. I mean, you're
Well,
hopefully
no,
going to
but I
be.
mean, it's Karandra. I need to defend myself. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would try to make the case or if I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll just go back into town and buy some weapons.
Well, that's a matter of your personality. What I mean, how
I don't have
honorable?
attachment to material things, so
I'm thinking
none of my
honor.
weapons have special significance except Nalkarth, really. Other than
Um,
utility, they're just very useful.
right. How do you feel? What's your feeling on honor?
Well, I mean, I
There's
honor earns
honesty.
honor, right? So I do uphold it, and I guess so. I guess I would just clarify, if leaving all my weapons is, what the lady wishes, I won't be dishonest.
Right. I don't. Yeah. Looking at your sheet, looking at your personality, I don't think you would, unless you think um, unless you think Lady Meagral is treating you dishonorably.
No, and you know what? Now that you word it that way, it's like, of course, I want the lady's favor. I wouldn't do anything to after that
Right.
discussion with her. So, if she gives me orders to do something, absolutely adhere to them. So,
Yeah, I
Will be
mean,
done without question.
your attitude is, if you are treated well, if you were treated honorably, you treat that person honorably.
Right, right,
But if they cross the line, all bets are off with you.
right.
Um, um, so,
Which is kind of like what happened with Adabir, I was kind of trusting him, to the extent until I found out he had his own agenda. And I'm like, well,
right.
let's write down 7 days from today. What's today? The 8th of May? 9th of May. So that would be return on the 16th. All right. So, yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, then I'll ask about seeing Aldrich next.
I wish I had time to arrange it,
Oh man.
but there is simply too much going on.
Well then, if you could just send word that I am concerned about him, and I hope to see him in within the week, at the most a week from now.
I will let him know, and I will let him know that you are safe and well when we last spoke.
Long distance relationship is not working. It's a long, short distance relationship. We're literally just like in buildings across from each other.
Yeah.
See each other. Oh my gosh. Tell him to send
The guards have permission, have orders to let you pass as soon as as soon as you wish. Um, but they will search you for weapons um, as a double check on your honor. I am to have done so as well. And so you tell me you have no weapons on you, and I will trust you. The rest of your goods, whatever goods you want to leave behind, I will vouch for their safety.
Okay. I just do like what scene is that from? Where they like start pulling off like tons of stuff, just
Yeah,
axes, bag of holding, pull out like a really long
yeah.
full shield.
Yeah.
Let me do a little bit of notation.
Poleaxe, halberd.
Left at Neanderthals. So I'm leaving behind all this stuff. It's my spear, my daggers, flails, bolas, shields. I can keep that. I
Yeah, it's not a
imagine.
weapon. It's not a weapon.
Right, even if it's spiked. Yeah. Okay. I'm leaving behind that crossbow.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So I tell her, yeah, I have it all marked here, all these weapons, what I came to the keep with, and what I have on me. And other than that, I have nothing.
Okay. When do you plan on leaving? Do you think? Are you going to leave immediately?
I think so. I think, like we said, it's just she gave me 7 days, so I'm going to stick to that and take full advantage of that time.
Right.
Okay.
So,
just making sure I got all my weapons sorted out here. I didn't have any written, all these magic items, but these are, that's fine.
So you step out of the room with her. She casts a spell on the door. And you can, I mean, that thing is sealed. She says
Right.
she wishes you luck. You're to be allowed in, whenever you need. The, the keep is still your home. You can come and go as you wish.
Okay.
But when you re-enter, you should have, you should send word to me about your progress so that I can report to her.
Right.
And the guards have instructions to wake me day or night, find me day or night, should you return. You should be aware that I can't predict what is going to happen to Faramar and Plesh if they present themselves to Lady Meagrol. You may tell them, however, that she is fair.
Right.
You did make an impression on her. Your plea that what we're doing is best for her and that her concerns about Lord Algret are unwarranted, definitely weighed on her. So, but that doesn't guarantee their safety.
Mm-hmm.
So be very upfront about that.
Okay, I do. Right. So yeah. So I acknowledge that, and I will, emphasize her fairness, but also advise them to be cautious.
Right. You don't have any control over this situation. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's still a little interesting. I don't want any Game of Thrones stuff happening here. Bring them there, Red Wedding. They all just get like killed.
exactly. Yeah.
Now, I do have one thing I want to mention to her, a more sensitive issue about Kralum. And so, if I remember, I told her everything, right, about Kralum, about Verilag.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't know, if Kralum is behind this. But I mean, she does suspect that. And I say, surely, I assume you already are aware of that he might be plotting something as well, perhaps on his own.
Yes. He must be.
Right. And I'll try to keep my wits about me as well. And if try to, patch things with the Demon Lord, I don't know, at least get any information out of him about what he might be doing instead. Maybe there's a chance he doesn't think I'm implicated in this, that it was Adabir's idea.
Roll for me.
61.
You realize that he knows you're implicated because the way you reacted to Adabir's information in that conversation. Well, no, that's right. You don't know. That's right. I forgot. You don't know that's right.
Yeah. Where we had a little bit of off-stream stuff.
Yeah, we
don't know
did.
for
So
sure,
we
So
don't
I
know
Brise is thinking, maybe I could try to patch things with this.
which is I mean, yeah, which is good. Right. So your reasoning would go to
I should be cautious, but if I do see him again, I should try to
right.
diplomatic. Yeah.
It suggests Fraudrum suggests to you that you are still important to him, obviously. He can't harm you, but he can put you in a position to be trapped.
Right.
So that you do his bidding.
Right.
Now that the Adabir Avenue is closed, presumably, of course, we certainly suspect that Kralum killed Adabir. So now he has to guarantee your compliance because
more forceful way.
It's possible. It's possible you're going to be confronted. And so
if he somehow, convinced some powerful wizards or other, forces to capture me and do his bidding, like you said. That's
Right.
a possibility I have to watch out for.
So, um, um, she wishes you luck. She says that, she will leave you notes under your door about her progress in case you guys miss each other in the keep. And as she says, in all likelihood, there will be men following you. And whatever you do, however you can avoid it, do not go into the neighboring county where Algret rules.
Right. Okay.
That would be the county to the east.
Avoid Fort Worth at all costs. Okay. East, Algret's domain. And I, understood and sensible.
She rises very wearily and comes over to you, and you sitting, she's just a little taller than you. And she so squeezes your shoulders, and she says, good luck to us all.
Yes.
And she turns and leaves.
Okay, and I'll give her a little bit, and then I'll, gear up and follow after her. Get out of this prison, man. I'm ready to be outside. I think I need some fresh air.
Well, yeah, and just be away from this pressure cooker that this keep has become. I mean, geez. So yeah, you gear up. You're walking to the courtyard. As you pass the end of your building, a little voice says, "I'm sorry I had to do that to Adabir."
Oh, turn around.
And in the alley, there's a rat looking up at you, cleverly out of sight. And roll for me.
Yeah. Okay. 84. This is tricky, yeah.
The note of wrath in his voice. He thinks he's hidden it. But whatever it is about your intuition, about your perception of the truth, that wrath falls equally on you.
Well, oh my gosh, this is an interesting situation. So one, I don't want to be seen. The keep is already pretty tense. I don't want to be seen lingering, hidden in an alleyway. And two, I don't know what this guy might have planned for me.
Well, you can just set your gear down and adjust your backpack and stuff like that.
Sure. Just pretend to be okay. Yeah.
And you just sort of talk down into the bag like you're muttering about something, right?
Okay. Yeah. I forget, you can do that. It's kind of as long as it's not a long conversation. Okay. So I kind of stay where I am, and I don't know. Should I play along? Okay. Yeah. I'll say, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what my goal is really in this conversation. I guess I know that he's still obviously frustrated. Man, I don't know. I say,
I mean, are you trying to get information out of him?
I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. Is it even worth trying to, not implicate myself in Adabir's plan to feign ignorance? I don't think so. I don't think it's good to lie. I should just try to go around it, and kind of just say, well, what's next? Kind of assume that avenue's closed. So I just say that Adabir was he didn't understand, I guess, the dangers that that was going on. Oh wait, well, no, hold on. I'm sorry. He just told me that he was the one who killed Adabir, so I should be shocked, right? I should be like,
Yes.
I mean,
If you're willing, if you think this is if it's necessary to lie here.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie fully. I just, I suspected it was, you seem to be the only one who could do it. It's pretty terrifying that you would admit to it.
I'm not like you. I have no problem dealing with those in my way.
Okay.
Adabir was not trustworthy. He had other goals. And there's just a note in there. You're like, my God, he's angry at me. But I have been working on other avenues, and I just wanted to say that I hated that it had to come to that without me being able to consult you first, at least warn you. But I have someone in the keep, and not too long, this person will approach you with a plan to free me.
Can I get an insight check on that? Is this part of some other plot of his?
Absolutely, roll it.
Yeah, this put me in danger. 29.
He's definitely telling the truth that there is that he's got another iron in the fire.
Right.
The details, that is, how close it is, is it really soon?
Yeah. I say, so you have been making other contacts. That makes sense. How many others have you, just trying to get a gauge on it, how many others have you discussed this with?
Here and there, I've been making contact since we first met, trying to find other avenues. You are very young. I could not hang my hopes entirely on you.
Right.
But this one seems promising. Just time consuming. And if you can let bygones be bygones, then we may yet defeat Verlag and free both of us.
Okay.
And I feel that just as I have promised my partner great rewards when I am freed, I certainly extend that offer to you too. That I can find a fitting reward for you after my freedom. Roll for me.
91.
clear as a bell in that weird sense you have. This motherfucker's gonna kill me as soon as he's free.
Reward. The sweet release of death.
That's right.
Okay. I try not to, show any of that. I just ask, do you have the name of the person? I might know them already.
You've not met much. When you're approached, I don't think there'll be any question about who it is.
Okay.
That is to say, you won't doubt that this is the person,
Right.
because
Aldrich just strides up to me. So I heard about.
that's right. Where's Nelka? Where's Quinn when we need him, right? Where's
Yeah.
to come on and say, oh, well, I think we all know,
Okay. Don't give me a name, but I'll know. So I just trying to play along. I'll just say, well, I will be out of the keep for a few days. But I, will be coming back, in a week's time at the most. So I'll look forward to meeting this new ally.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I have anything else to say to him?
Anything in your goals? Anything?
Yeah, I'm just thinking what other information I might need to get out of him. Should I tell him about Plesh and Farinar and ask for his help in finding them?
That is.
Or is he is that now going to be like, because he obviously doesn't trust me, right? Whatever approach I'm going to take, he's going to doubt it.
Does he trust you? No, you're right. He doesn't necessarily. You're right. Yeah, he doesn't trust you.
And if he finds one thing that sounds like they're going to, drain his power, do anything, adverse,
Right.
he's going to obviously jump to conclusions. So I think I have to keep that a secret and do it on my own.
Yeah.
So I should write that down. Can't let Crowlin know I am searching.
Or just broadly, you can't let them know about the Plesh/Falramar plan.
Right. Yeah. No.
Which means, you're going to have to be cautious. You're going to have to be checking your environment for small animals and things like that.
Right.
And
which honestly sounds like I might need a familiar again. Maybe it's time to get a new familiar so I could have someone on me watching for suspicious animals.
Right.
Another songbird or something similar. Plans of pleasure, Farinar. He will assume the worst. Okay. So yeah, in that case, I just don't really have anything else to say to him, and I'll get up if there's nothing more to be said and be on my way.
Off you go.
Man, that's really scary. I was scared of Crown before, but now I'm
it's a whole different thing when he is actively working against you.
Right.
He's so ruthless.
Right.
And he's so enormously knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Pinky and the Brain. It's just Brain being like,
Oh, it is. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it really is. Just would do
That
anything
is
for world
hilarious. I can't.
domination, but just because of his diminutive size, he can't.
Right. He can't bring to fruition that enormous intellect. He can't
Yeah,
exercise it.
yeah.
That's
We're
so
going.
great. We've now reduced Karandrin to being Pinky and the Brain. Wait a minute. Does that make you Pinky? That's
Yeah,
sad.
basically, in juxta. That's probably how he sees me. He's like,
Yeah. That's
"Oh, same thing."
roll for me. Roll for me.
Sure. 28.
Okay. Um, so you approach the guards, look at you and sort of remember their orders and nudge each other and you drop your bags and stuff and you don't want them pawing all over you because they'll paw all over you. They'll use that as an excuse. So you're like, look, don't even be touching me.
Can't even reach my chest. I'm so
Exactly.
short.
So they sort through your bag and you're watching them. You see them try to pocket something. You're like, no, that's not a weapon.
No,
You know, um,
those mithril coins are not weapons.
you could throw them and hurt somebody. Take an eye out with one of these. You kidding me?
Yeah.
That's why you kids shouldn't be allowed to throw these coins around the living room.
No.
Me and my buddy Jamie Boy, we wrecked his living room throwing pillows at his kids. Oh my God. That was a great day. That was so much
Yeah,
fun,
pillows have a lot of can pack a big punch. I think a lot.
especially when you throw them at a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
Mm.
And those kids, they were loving it. But Jamie, he worked he still works in timber, and he would throw those pillows so fucking hard at those kids. And the kids would be running. It was like couch pillows, like the backs of couches,
Mm.
and they were square. And he would throw them like ninja stars, right? I mean, they're the size of the kid. And the kids would be running and they would just wipe them out. They would, oh man.
Cut them down.
Oh man, it was so great. We laughed so hard.
Mhm.
Um, so out you go. Oh, are you taking your horse?
I am.
Okay.
I am horsing it downtown.
Horsing it.
So yeah, as soon as they let me go, I'm out of there.
So it is early afternoon now. You've already
Okay.
had lunch. You had lunch at the keep prior to Frau conversation. Make it down to the town to Ballabry.
Right.
And you just can't help but feel watched.
Yeah.
Roll for me.
63.
Yeah, I mean, you just feel, you're having to breathe and just,
Yeah, not seek out those people, just like, okay.
right, not look around for them,
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Well, we have a couple options here. So I do want to get probably a new familiar, and I do want to go get some weapons. And I do.
Is your new familiar going to be a cat?
I mean, honestly, as something like that could just, alert, and
Eat. Just,
defend me.
sorry, Crowley, he's a cat. I don't know what to tell you. You maybe
Yeah.
shouldn't come around so often.
Oops. That's a coincidence. So the other thing is also where to start seeking out information on where I'd find Fraldrum and Plesh. Now I know.
Faramar.
Sorry, yeah, Fralrumar and Plesh. I know where Fraldrum is.
That's right.
I hope. Now I have heard there's a bigger town to the south of Ballabry. So there I might find more resources for all of those things, So I'm wondering if I should do that. It is 2 days away, though.
Oh, you mean the Dwarven city?
There's a town called Dorgo.
Okay. Oh,
Tigard
yes.
told me
Okay.
about. Yeah,
I
bigger
was.
town, much bigger magic shop.
Are you sure it's to the
And
south? I think it's to the north.
um, search for.
Because once you go 2 days south, you're in Dwarven territory, and that would be the massive city of Gordovan.
I mean, I wrote south, a town 2 days south of Ballabry. Maybe Tegrov was wrong. We could just say he meant north. I don't know.
There you go. Let's say he meant north.
Okay, to the north. Maybe he was trying to lead me astray. There actually is no town there. But right, so I don't know. I just need a little bit of guidance here. Do I want to maybe risk the 2 days, or I guess just take some time around
Well, you
Ballabry?
don't. I mean, you don't really need great weapons, right? You just don't want to be
No, yeah,
defenseless.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I know Ballabry isn't the best, but it is. I can start here, just
right.
doing all that shopping and stuff.
And
So
and this is a good time to be like also. So if you're trying to avoid combat, then you need to be in that mindset and looking at your magical abilities and saying, okay, how am I going to avoid combat, right?
well, sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
my handy spells: calm, charm, sleep, stuff.
right.
Ear.
And really putting those to use so that you could frighten off things, you could avoid the whatever.
I just randomly on the discussion of spells and tomes. I have Nature's Law on
Loan.
Nature's Law on Lend from Adabir, and I also have Eyes of the Spirit need to be returned to Adabir, part of the keep's resources. Should we address what I would have done with any of those things?
Well, I doubt you've had time. I mean, I doubt that it's a priority of yours right now, but
Sure. But at least
um,
the second one, I mean, would Mirgal have requested that back, or maybe not enough time?
I mean, yeah, I just don't think you've had time to process what to do with these
Sure,
sort of details. And
sure.
honestly, like how it's going to shake out is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I think more. I was just saying, like, the tome is a pretty valuable resource to the keep. I don't know if She said leave all your weapons and that tome you have. Wouldn't be beyond Fraldrin. Just
No, I mean,
putting that out there. So
if you want to just resolve it, we could just say in that conversation you've passed it on. You passed it to her.
well, no, I probably wouldn't have thought of it either. I'm saying more
Okay,
of like for you, if maybe it was something that you
right.
didn't think about. But okay, cool. Well, then I'll have these tomes on me. And I'm like, well, I guess I have those now. Okay, so. Um, do you mind if we maybe take a break now so I can come up with where we're gonna go? I need
Yeah,
to.
no, I think it's fine. It's certainly
I
close
use the
enough.
boys' room too. So.
That's right. Yeah, sure. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, refresh our drinks, and run to the restroom and things like that. We hope you take an opportunity to stretch your legs also. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us. Give us just a few minutes. We'll be right back and we'll see where Brise's adventure takes her next. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging with us through the break. We just had a lovely conversation with Crowlum, and then Brise had departed the keep on a search for Plesh and Falramar, the two wizards that had visited the day before. Was it maybe 2 days?
It was long ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot has gone on. And so, the goal is to try to get Plush and Falmar to present themselves to Lady Mia Grawl and try to clear the air, and you know, letting Lady Mia Grawl see their good intentions and absolve them of any involvement in Adabir's murder, which now Kralum has directly said that he's involved, that he caused it, and which was our suspicion. So here we are. Now we're in the neighboring town of Balabry. And what is Brise gonna do? What's your next?
So first let's go and get some weapons because I feel a bit exposed. So we can just ask around for a weapons shop and pick up some basic gear. Got the coinage for it, so
A one-stop shop kind of place might be to go to the Adventuring Guild.
okay.
Ask around if anybody has heard of Plesh or Faramar, how they can be,
Right.
And then ask around for weapons.
Right. I have another lead too, and that's, you remember Shalto?
Oh, yeah.
Talking to me, he threw out the name Oshekra, and so I wonder if he knows a way to talk to Oshekra to eventually talk to Flesh and Faranar. So I'll throw out his name as well, see if I can get an audience with him.
All
at
right.
the Adventurers Guild. So yeah, let's go. Let's go for it.
All right. Roll to navigate the complexities of Balabry.
74.
Not too bad.
Minus 50 for all these twisting streets.
All the difficulties.
The Eternal Lantern.
Make it there fine. Walk in, show your credentials. Just using that. There we go.
Show my creds.
Just a couple of people in the commons room, but that doesn't mean you can't just go up and ask them, or for that matter, ask the barkeep.
Yeah, so I guess by coming to the Adventurers Guild for weapons, would I want to do one or the other, or kind of what would be appropriate?
Just anything. I mean, you just say.
I'll just say, yeah, I'm looking to buy some magic, some weapons, magic or otherwise. Anyone have anything to sell of interest? If anyone raises a hand, I'll go on over to him.
They look at you, not unkindly, not irritatedly. This is how you do business. So you just call out in a crowded room,
just yell.
And they just shake their heads. No, I guess you have to choose your language. However, when you
what's the races in here? Oh, I guess Goblin would make sense. Everyone would be talking Goblin.
I mean, that's sort of the nation with your most common languages here are going to be. I mean, it's going to be quite a mix because you're in the south part of this nation. So it's going to be Elven, Goblin, Elven, Thax, Dwarven, and Pin.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it is very much like Europe, right? With all these countries.
True. Yeah. Like Switzerland.
Right.
I'll just say in Goblin, and they're repeated in Thax. If anyone doesn't seem to understand.
Right. Telwick is the one guy who checks you in, right? He's the half
troll. Yeah.
He's enormous, 8'3", which is tall.
He'd be 16'6" if he's a full troll.
But he Yeah, he's the size of a small troll. I mean, he is
Wow. Yeah.
big. Um, he tells you there's probably a group coming back today or tomorrow that'll have some loot.
Okay.
Um, he says they're actually about half full right now. But they're out on the town or out in the wilds right now.
Right. Will be a group. Okay. Well, thanks for that. Then I guess we'll just move on to the next thing. Same thing. Just call it. I'm looking for to see if anyone has any information on the wizards Plesh, Faranar, or Shalto. See if that rings a bell for anybody.
The two adventurers in the commons room, kind of shake their head, But again, Telwick has the information.
Okay.
He's like, Shalto's in town. What would you be wanting with Shalto?
Well, I know that Shalto knows someone who might know Plesh and Faranar. I'm trying to get in contact with.
Shalto is not the easiest customer to send people to. He doesn't appreciate interruptions.
I say, well, on the contrary, when he's had a few bottles, he seems very willing to have someone to talk to. Maybe was he? I forgot. Was he human or goblin?
He is, yeah, he's human.
Sure, yeah,
Short, scrawny,
right, yeah.
blonde hair.
I mean, my face. I'm beautiful. How could you say no to this face? It's a big time for me. But I understand. I understand. He did seem very, very forceful, very his way or the highway.
Right. Um, he's like, look, I'm not interested in getting involved with Shalto. All I'll tell you is that I've heard he's in town.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Then instead, I might just have to come back at a later time and, like you said, see if more people are back, uniting or whatever. And what I'll do instead is go over to the. Well, I guess I should ask a bit about Shalto if he's willing to talk. It's what I guess just like what can you tell me about him before I go and talk to him myself.
Telewick, holds up both hands and goes, I'm not getting involved in his business.
Okay.
Look, all I'm going to tell you is, he can be a bit touchy and he doesn't like people peeing in his soup. So.
Well, who doesn't? Isn't it's funny? It's like expressions from like other cultures, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, she actually comes from around here, so she'd be like, oh, of course. So I say, well, that's nothing I didn't already know. I'll keep that in mind.
So certainly it occurs to you, talking to the magic shops would be a great place to track down wizards.
Right. Next option.
So
there is the one. If I recall, there's 2 major magic shops here. One.
Yeah. Is it Molia's Mysteries?
Molia's is one.
I forget what the other one's called.
I thought there was another close. Maybe not. Maybe there was only one, and I was thinking of temples. I think there's 2 major temples.
Yeah.
Regardless, I've been to Molia's a few times, so might as well head down there instead and try my luck there. So,
all right, roll to navigate.
37.
It's actually really close to here, isn't it? Molia's, I think, is just a few doors down from here. Something you visit frequently.
Oh man, it's your city. I'll look through my notes. I think you're right. I have a note.
So you get there.
Oh yeah, Molia's is 4 to 5 blocks from here. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, I get there without much trouble, I imagine.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Do you want to leave your horse here at the?
Oh sure, yeah. Just would toss the guy a few bronze, look at a few copper to look after.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Okay. Go to Molia's and come in being trying to be a nice, loyal customer and first inquire if they have any weaponry available, not too steeply priced.
And you're asking specifically for bolas and
bolas, spears, flails. None of those swords.
Yes, there's an assortment of all 3. So we'll do that after the stream.
Sounds good. Okay.
Because they've got quite a few of all 3. So
bolas,
spears, flails.
I confused myself by saying swords, spears, and flails. Okay. And we go through all that, and I ask about say I was have the names.
You're saying it quietly, I assume.
Yes, to the. Who is it? Is it Molia, or is it, I think her husband is the other person?
It's the husband.
Okay. Yeah, so I just kind of say it in a low voice, like, what would you happen to know about the wizards Plesh or Falrenar?
I've heard of them. Maybe we've done business with them.
Okay.
They don't. They have more of a reputation than are regularly seen around here.
Sorry, what was that? They have more reputation than.
They have more of a. We know them more by reputation than than they are regular customers.
Right. That's not surprising. And I say, I wonder if you know anything that would help me be able to get in touch with them. I'd very much appreciate it. And maybe slip him a few gold coins while we're talking here. Slip him 10 gold coins. Magic shop, so.
Yeah, they already make a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, not that you heard it from me. But I should look at my map.
But I did hear it from you. What are you talking about? Honest.
In Gorb, which is the major city that borders the desert. They say that Plesh has a really close friend. You can just sort of drop his name at a temple there. Um, um, at the Temple of Oxir, in fact.
Huh.
And just say you're looking for Plesh, and that's what I hear.
Okay. I guess I can press him for that a little bit. It's a hear from, I'm not looking for rumors. I'm looking for, I don't have a lot of time, So if it's a rumor, let me know. But if this is serious, then
I've heard it from more than one person.
okay.
Supposed to be a woman, and by that he means a female goblin. A priestess there.
Okay. That is very helpful. And anything about Foreignar?
No, I mean, the name sounds familiar, but nothing else.
Okay. How far away is Gorb from here?
Gorb is basically latitudinally, it's as far north as your home. So it's pretty far north. So it would probably take you 2 or 3 days to get there pretty easily,
Okay.
especially through the mountains.
Right.
Roll for me.
64.
Yeah. Had you been there before, it might be, you might be able to teleport there, which is good in the sense that you could teleport back once you get there.
Right. Right. So 2 or 3 days there, but I can always just zip back.
Right. There's a major road that runs to it, east to west. But you could hit.
You're going to have Google Maps. Just
I know. Well, that's what Josh wanted to do. He wanted just to model his world on Earth and just use locations on Earth that he would choose.
cool.
Or that's the setting, and then he would use the weather data from that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it solves so many
Yeah.
world building conundrums,
Right.
Yeah, distances. Excuse me, all that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's definitely a hike.
Right, but it's
and
he's heard from multiple people. It's a pretty good bet,
Yeah. And certainly it's your only one, other than honestly just camping out and watching for eagles.
Right. That's the alternative.
But
Thraldrim's already going to speak to the eagles. They might want to speak to me then. I don't know their territory, right? Like if I go 2 to 3 days from here, are they going to be, still able to find me? It might make it more difficult. They expect me to be here. It's a good question. What we could do, maybe I could camp out for 3 days, go into town and ask around each time. And if don't hear from the eagles or don't hear any other information, then on, the 3rd day we'll go and set off for Gorb.
Right.
Because then, hopefully we make it there on the 6th day, right? And then At least maybe I can convince Mirgirl that, hey, I've contacted them. They will be coming. What was her words again? I must return with Falrenar. So maybe I could persuade her.
Frowdrum said, "Come, even if you haven't found them."
Well, yes, right, but that's So she might be accommodating.
Because the idea is, look, I'm not just running from this problem. I did my best, and I'm presenting myself as a matter of honor before you.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to say plan of record. That's what they say in the business. I start talking like I'm at work sometimes. Just stop me and tell me I'm not.
That's hilarious.
They say POR, plan of record, but then also POR is power on reset, and I just get really confused. I'm like, are we resetting the whole project?
Right.
Power. We need more power. So is to hang around.
And you can gather. You just ask people, particularly people like any sort of major merchant.
True. Yeah.
That travels a lot, right? So if anybody here produces, for instance, luxury goods,
right,
those would be sold, like wine would be a great one, something like that, where they might do business in the major cities, or they would have the wealth to travel there for leisure.
Right.
For that matter, there would be lots of people to keep who probably fit that bill.
True. Yeah. The third day, if nothing happens, I don't know if I want to be walking around the keep, talking to a bunch of people, unless
Well, I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen is that.
Yeah, I guess I just have to say that I'm literally doing what I was requested to do. So
right.
Okay. Already got here. Let's just gather information, wait for the Eagles for 3 days, and third day, if I haven't really made any headway, then we'll try for Gorb and see what I can do there. So anything else? So like you said, maybe there are resources to keep, but while I'm here in town, maybe I'll try to seek out some.
Well, and this guy, would have some wealth.
Oh, true.
And
this
you're
guy here, yeah. Okay. Well, I can, ask him instead. So you're saying ask him about any other like merchants that might have information?
No, ask him, could you, what's the best way to get to Gorb?
Oh, okay. I thought we were on the previous topic, which is like people who've been in the major cities might also know about Plesh and Falrenar. I think there was a non sequitur there, and I got confused.
Sorry, yeah, no, I should have been clearer. No, I'm talking about at least directions to it, so that you can better estimate your plans.
Yes. Okay.
And then, of course, if you get there, if you get to Gorb, if the idea is, hey, we need, I need to really find Gorb, and the priestess angle doesn't play out. Well, then there I would go to the same resources, right? Potion shops, scroll libraries, and just ask around.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely throw it out there. It's like Gorb, I mean, how would you go around getting to Gorb?
He tells you there's no great route until you hit either the Valleyway or the River's Run. No. He tells you there's a merchant dealing in fine fabrics that makes regular trips there. You know, your type could hire on for security
Right.
and not have to worry about navigating. Um, and So it's the Tethril family, and it's the matriarch you want to speak to. He's not sure of their schedule exactly, but he knows that they regularly go to Gorb, either to buy or sell. He doesn't really know, but it's just known that they go there regularly.
Right. So I might start looking at how I can contact with them.
How close are they? Oh my lord. He's like, yeah, they're one street over.
Everything in this town is like just in one block, and the rest is just like houses.
A nightmare of houses and bridges, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
one block over. Does he mean like their shop, their right, the Tethril shop merchants, or like literally their home?
often those are the same thing. I mean, wealthy, when you get to some wealth, you'll have a house out of town or whatever. Otherwise, you usually sleep in your shop.
That's illegal in the United States.
Is it?
Alabry is. Yeah, I think there's something where you can't like actually, your place of residence isn't like a shop, or else it's like considered self-employment or something like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to sound really smart and funny.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta entertain these people, Kevin. 'Cause I don't think Karandrin's doing it.
Well, there is this great story I heard on. I love British television, as our viewers will know, and I got to hop back to the stream. I've been working on the database, looking at people's answers, but there's this on British television. I watched this thing called As Yet Untitled, which is a conversation show where it's a British host and British comedian sitting around telling stories. And this one comedian, he's one of the hosts of the Great British Bake Off. I don't know if you watch any of that, but Noah, I can't remember his last name, but he's hilarious. And his story was talking about how he once disappeared from his own comedy tour. And what happened was, after a gig, he went out partying with some fans, and they partied until so late. And one of the girls in the group was like, "Look, you guys have to help me stay awake because I have to open my shop, the shop I work at. I have to open that shop in the morning. I've got it's too late for me to go to sleep. You guys have got to keep me awake." And so so he stayed with them, but everybody else passed out except for him and the girl.
Right.
They go and open her shop, and as soon as they get into the shop, she walks behind the counter and just lays down and falls asleep. And so the comedian spends like half the day running the shop.
Oh my
gosh! And he's selling stuff and all of this. And so the tour bus pulls up, and they're like, "What are you doing? We've got to get on the road. We've been looking all over for you."
Oh my
so
gosh,
great.
what a great story.
And
Only a comedian, would like do that. It's like,
yes.
Sure.
So so yeah. Did you want to ask about let me send you that name actually. Did you want to ask about Shalto also?
Sure. Yeah. So I'll throw out What about the name Sholto? Does that ring a bell? Any way I could meet him?
He points to a broken shelf. He goes, "Yeah, you did that yesterday.
Huh.
He was in here drunk." Oh, geez. He's staying at some place on the other side of town. But it didn't sound like it was a place. It was sound like he had a place. I don't know. It wasn't like an inn or something. He said, "I'm gonna go back to my place."
McCrib.
That's right.
What's going on?
No, the McRib has been discontinued. I don't know why. Why do you bring the McRib up every stream?
I just need that Szechuan sauce. Was it like Rick and Morty? What did he say? Like 9 more seasons, Morty. It's like 200 more episodes, Kevin. So we get that Szechuan sauce. Oh, okay. Oh, it got blurry. There we go.
Yep.
Back to focus. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I say I heard he was odd. Heard he had a lot going on. That doesn't surprise me.
He's a handful.
Yeah.
Should find him in your notes.
It's so funny when a person browses your notes. It's like anonymous animal or your anonymous skunk, and I'm like, Krellum, jeez.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Hearing in my notes, you'll know. Staying goes down at his place. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I say, he seems temperamental. I met him once, and he seemed genial enough, but then didn't appreciate people sticking his nose on his business. I don't know if that, sounds the same as what you know about him or anything else.
Yeah, he doesn't like people prying, but that type never do. I mean, even if you make it up to Gorb and you find this woman in the temple, you can believe that a lot of attention is going to be paid to the fact that you're asking around.
Right. Okay. So I guess that's all he knows about Sholto then. He's not saying anything else.
Right. And so, there's a question then about like, do you leave, do you leave word here and just say, just let him know I was looking for him and I just.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. You can do that kind of anywhere. The thing is, you just need, because you're going to deal in paper notes. That's how people, wealthy. That's how the wealthy do it. And so they're going to have little scraps of paper dropped off for you, and so.
Yeah, I'll tell them to, if he comes in, tell him I was looking for him, and you can send word to the Eternal Lantern. I'll, slip him another 3 gold pieces just to ensure. And that's for your broken shelf, I'll say.
He says, "Oh, he'll be back in all likelihood. He likes to browse and so on." Look, I don't want to rile him up. Who can I say is asking around about him? I mean, are you friends?
Yeah, let me search through my notes real quick because I did have an interaction and I think he thought okay of me. just searching real quick. He tells me about some of his magic experiments, asking about the Unmoth. He threatens to kill me if I spill the beans on his. Yeah, I mean, I could say Brise. I would have, just say yeah, Brise is sending for him. I've, spoken with him once.
Sort of describe the circumstances and so on,
Right.
And then tell him you're at the Adventuring Guild, leave a note there.
Right. It's funny, actually. He's staying at a tavern across from the Adventuring Guild, but that was like a couple weeks ago. So
yeah,
might have moved. He knew.
So, what next, sir?
Let's see. Leave note at the. Good question, my friend. Let's go a block over and talk with. Oh, before I do that, I do have one interesting thing. How feasible would you think it would be to have ask Prethnot for some information? If you remember, she's kind of indebted to me because the runner's vine, and she's made a couple promises to me about stuff, but I might just exchange that for some information.
Yeah.
Now, I can't remember if there was a way I was supposed to reach out to her.
Isn't the Blue Door Tavern in Convergence? Isn't that how you reach out?
Is that? I'm searching my notes.
Remember, there's a magic dealer in the back of that tavern, back of that inn.
No, I don't remember. I remember I met her in a warehouse, and then I went through some inn. Oh, you're right. I do remember there was Prethnot's coach. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost there.
So that's that's sort of her. It's like one of her liaisons who,
Right.
if you've got someone's seeking her, then you can go to this person. He kind of vets you, right?
Right.
And then just passes information on to her, and she makes the ultimate decision about whether to meet you or not.
Right. Okay, I got it. Yeah, you're totally right. Blue Door Inn. There's a sentry, and then Belkef at the back. I asked him to arrange a meeting with Prethnot post haste, so it could always go back there and do that. Ask for some info.
Right.
So, so I think what I'll do is I'll go next door and talk with what's their name again? Tethril, because they're right here. See if they're willing, if they're making a trip.
The Tethrils.
The Tethrils. Meet the Tethrils. And then after that, we might try a trip to Convergence.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love this file maker, man, because I've got it where the city, my city database looks at my NPCs, and then I've got a portal, where it lists everybody in the area in that city.
Nice. See, now what you need to do is have some AI seeing if there's anything changed in the city since I last visited. So I come back, it's just like in ruins or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would, based on the amount of time it's been,
Right. Roll up some major events that might have happened.
Right.
Encroaches, troll visits. Okay, so we'll head next door. Looking for the.
Well, not next door, but across the one block.
Across the way, Goblin Luxury Textiles.
So yeah, so you pass through an alley, and warily, carefully, and there's a lovely little choral musical voice. And it is indeed the Trinidas.
Hmm. An alley. I am ambushed.
That's
It's like they just like tackle me, like, ow. What are you doing?
and they, greet you as always in that beautiful, even though it's a single creature speaking, it's like there's 40 creatures.
And for all our viewers, the Trinidas are the type of fae.
Oh,
Kind
thank
of,
you.
yeah. I think you got a caption for it. Inch
Yeah.
high deer with wings, and inhabit the vetch and the kind of the mountains.
Yeah, it's sort of a really rugged, uninhabited hill land. Here's the better one. Here's the better cat.
They're helping Brise. Dot dot dot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
So, you hear that beautiful voice sort of around you and inside your head. Greetings, daughter of man. Um, we regret being so long and reaching out to you.
Mm.
The news is complex and conflicting from the vet.
Okay. Lay it on me.
The Philistine, which I got to put that up there too, don't I? The Philistine seem to have become much more reclusive.
Mm.
They are speaking much less openly. It is more difficult for us to get information. Averdal feels the same. And even though their truce and their agreements remain intact, there is an uneasiness we all feel about the Philistine's new secretiveness.
Mm.
On top of this is the news that the body of the great demon that was slain in the skies in the Vetch, the body is gone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but it should have remained. Yeah.
The Philistine, when questioned by Averdal, clearly lied about knowing anything about the whereabouts of the body. Otherwise, there's been no sign of activity from the Philistine or the sorceress Verilag in the
Okay.
Vetch.
Interesting. What I don't know if the Trinitas are the best resource to ask this question to, but they're here now. What might they be able to achieve with Electu's body? It's obviously contains great evil power. Could they wield that? Is that possible?
We know that there are various unholy rites that have created creatures like the Philistine themselves, horrid, hate-filled undead. To do so to a demon's body would magnify its power considerably. But yes, it is possible also to simply use parts of the body. I don't think I have an Electu caption anymore. It was so long ago. Electu is a twin-headed, sort of dragon-esque looking demon, except the heads are these sort of football-shaped things with real wide, toothy mouths. But it is a genuine horror. I mean, it is It is not something to be trifled with. Um, it is something along the power for our Tolkien fans. I would tell you that Smaug could give it a run for its money, but that would be a lie. A luck two could kill Smaug.
Mm.
So the Averdal is concerned. He has sent word to your keep, but obviously his horsemen cannot travel as fast as we can.
Right. Is it worth? Would it be worth provoking them? To get more information. My thought is that they are hateful, evil spirits, so they're not going to be diplomatic, right? So if they're going to resort to violence, we might strike. At least provoke them to maybe at least find out what's happening.
Are you running that by me, or are you running it by them?
I'm running it by them. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, but also like, yes, I want to tell them, ask them if it seems wise to do that.
Daughter of man, we cannot violate the agreement.
Oh, that's true. It was a peace agreement. Yeah.
The agreement keeps all of the living safe inside the vetch. Otherwise, the Philistine will slay all the civilized peoples living within the vetch.
Right. That'll just. Yeah.
A small number by some counting, but too many to lose.
Yeah, because it's kind of a hard situation.
We are continuing, of course, to spy on them with the help of the flower people. Their ability to open portals and allow us entry into their meetings, into their unholy places has been invaluable. But they have recently made that much more difficult. More guards, and clearly more enchantments blocking such entry. And now takes 3 or 4 flower people all their effort to open an aperture into their dwelling places.
How long ago, since you discovered that the body disappeared, in that it had become more difficult to spy on them? What's the timeline?
One of the animals of the valley reported it to one of our brethren. That was, where's my notes? Oh, nope. Where are they? Oh, there they are. That was 4 days ago that we had the report. And we didn't connect it until just recently.
Okay, so 4 days. Okay, so not long. I would imagine we still have some time before they can do anything. So I think we just continuing to what we've already done seems wise. No need for rash action yet, but it is concerning.
No, there's been you need to report to them all that's gone on, I assume.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Particularly because you may need to have them. Where was the information going from Averdal? Was it going to Lady Meagrel or was it going to Adabir? See what I mean?
Good question. I thought that it was coming to me, but you make a good point. It could be.
I mean, that would work too.
Let's check in my notes. I mean, I would just say that, while I'm searching for this, there has been an upset at the keep. Um, uh, if possible,
Is there anything?
Oh, to Adabir, to Adabir right here.
Right.
The man Adabir's that we were supposed to send information to is no longer with us. Ergo, able to receive information. So instead, if you could relay that to me.
At the keep.
Instead, if you could alert his horsemen and let them know that they should leave note for me at the keep.
They expect to arrive on what would be 3 days from now.
Okay.
They expect to arrive.
Just tell them that.
Is there anything about what happened at the keep that you want to not tell the Trinidas? They're really not. They don't really seem the biggest security risk. So
yeah, no. I think I would just tell them everything. Thinking through the events now. No, I can't think of anything that would be unwise to not leave in. So I'll just give the full report on Adabir's death and talking with Fraldrim being a new ally, and then about Plesh and Falrenar helping, being betrayed, and then now helping again, trying to reach them. I guess those are three kind of main things to summarize.
the name Fraldrim, this would be a dwarf?
No, an elf, actually.
No, Falramar is the elf.
Oh, yes. Jesus, yes, a dwarf. Man.
The name is known to us.
Worse than Sauron and Saruman.
I know. Why did he do that? A language guy, right? And you're like, I know that you're going for name meanings and all that, but that's so confusing. It's too close.
Especially for fantasy. But anyway, so what are they saying?
The name is known to them from stories, at least one story in the Vetch.
No, just another sidebar. What's worse is I'm reading Way of Kings, Brandon Sanderson right now, and you have Elukar, and then Delinar, and then his son, and then God, what's his son? Deninar? No, I can't remember. They're all like the same. Gavilar, Delinar, Elukar, and then his son Adolin, and then Renar. It was so bad. It's like, oh my gosh. I get what they're going for. The whole kings, they all name their sons similar, but man, yes, he repeats the name like 100 times before you get it.
Yeah, you really, making them distinct.
Wrong with fantasy, I think, in general, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to resist. I mean, we.
It does a pretty good job. Just every now and then, there's a few names.
Sure.
Sounding. But no, okay. So they say they're familiar with the name Fraldrim.
There is a story among us, the details of which have been lost, but it is called the sealing of the well, and it was an act of great good, and a dwarven woman from a distant land named Fraldrim was involved.
Interesting. Wish I had time for. Am I familiar with the story? I guess not. Right?
No.
For a quick summary,
And the well, maybe the well. The well, as a regional story. Of course, it's considerably south of your home. does ring a bell.
Okay.
A well of, or a so-called well, right? That was evil,
Right.
and you know that the story, the well itself, in the story, is was a gorge in a hilly area.
Okay.
And you know that some heroes, like a company of heroes, went into the gorge to deal with it. You thought they were all human and elf, is your kind of feeling. You don't remember a dwarf being mentioned.
Right.
Um, is there anything else you need to ask them?
I mean, yeah. What about the names Fraldrum or Plesh? I've been seeking them. If you have any, if they've been in your valleys or you know anyone who knows them, it'd be most appreciated.
The names we have heard recently, possibly in conversation with Overdal.
Interesting.
But we have met no one, um, by those names.
Okay. I request that if you can um, ask Averdal about them, and if it's possible um, to arrange a meeting with them. It's very very important that they play a key role, especially Farinar, in the success of what's going on here with Kralum. So, if it's possible to find out how I could meet Farinar or Plesh, be most helpful.
We will pass on the word.
All right, thank you.
Need to leave a note that Overdal's riders.
Right. I'm gonna get to the keep and be like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
So 3 days from now would be is it the 12th or the 13th?
Be the 12th.
Actually, you can have the riders turn around. You know the news.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So
I mean, yeah. So I would tell them, yeah, it's like not only should you send any writers, leave a note with me, but
right.
you can send them back because I'm the only person who needs to know now.
Right.
Yeah, I think I forgot. I think we'd arranged that because if they found out anything about the metallurgy or about their research,
Right.
Atterbeard would want to know.
Right.
See how that turned out.
Well, do you want to press on, or do you want to call it here at the end of this conversation?
I was gonna say, we can end this conversation, and since we got to do stuff after the stream, and I actually got to get to bed early tonight.
Okay.
Flight tomorrow at 7 a.m. Let's call it here.
All right. Well, there you go, gang. It's another episode down in the books. As always, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We always enjoy it, and we enjoy your comments and your questions and so on.
Oh yeah, hey Quinn, I didn't even see you there.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping in at the last minute.
So As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, donate if you feel like we're doing a good job. You can also watch more of Max and his delightful face on YouTube. You'll see the link both here and down in the description of all of our videos, where he discusses the role of game and original soundtracks in video games. As always, thanks to Elliot Dunovitz for the terrific character art for Brise. You can see more of her work at artstation.com/Tortolua. And I've written a book called A Shore Too Far. You can buy it on Amazon, both as ebook and paperback. And I'm pretty pleased with it. So as always, thank you guys. We will not be doing one this Wednesday. I think our next one is going to be a week from Wednesday. Is that right, Max?
Yes. So on the 6th.
So we've got some travel stuff going on. And so episode 56 will be a week from Wednesday. And I'll make an announcement about that. Probably Wednesday morning, I'll do an announcement. And then I'll do another one on a week from the day. So thank you all for hanging out with us. As always, we really appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in 10 days or so. Thanks for everything, everyone. Max, say goodbye to these lovely people.
Yeah. See everybody. Hope to see you on the 6th.
Yeah. All righty. Bye-bye, everybody.